DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Up, mixers, welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, and let's go around and say hello to the other Vixens. Lumi, how you doing, Lumi?
I'm doing Lumi things, chilling like a Lumi.
You're just living your Lumi life?
Living the Lumi life.
Nice. And we've got Jennifer the TheJuiceFairy. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. And we have, last but not least, the lovely Rin.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah? How was your weekend?
It was a weekend.
Yeah, did you do weekend things?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I'm packing. I'm taking off on another road trip to Florida.
Nice.
Tonight, right after the show, my plan is to eat dinner and go right to bed, set my alarm clock for 2 o'clock in the morning and take off then.
Wow,
That'll give me 7 hours of sleep.
Okay. Well, good luck.
7 hours.
With that. That's nice.
I had to count with my fingers.
Whereabouts in Florida are you going?
I'm going back to Fort Myers. My family, just visiting family again. Took 2 vacations this summer, and this is my second one.
Very cool. That's fun. I kind of live in a vacation spot, so I don't really go anywhere.
Well, I don't live in a vacation spot, and it's pretty freaking boring here. But there's always stuff to do there. I mean, we have family things to do. So,
but don't you live like really close to the beach?
Yes, I do. I live an hour and a half from the beach. It's still an hour and a half. My family lives 20 minutes from their house to the beach. So I mean, you just drive down the road and park your car and go to the beach.
Nice.
Over here, I have to take a hike to go to the beach. I have to drive. My daughter lives at the beach. She goes to the beach all the time.
Yeah.
Which really gives me no excuse why not to go to the beach, because I could literally drive to her house on Friday and not come back till Sunday.
I'm like literally within like walking distance of the beach. I can, in fact, before they built this gas station out here, like, which was just a few years ago, you could see the beach from our window. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. She's looking for a house that's closer to, well, next year she'll be moving to a bigger place. Like, she's trying to find a house so that the dogs could be happier instead of living in an apartment, because the dogs are so used to being here in the yard and stuff that when she took her dog with her, her dog is like miserable. She has to walk her every 3 hours at least, just to get her. And then when she takes her off to the beach, she just runs around in circles like, oh my God, I'm free off the leash.
Yeah. Apartments, as you can see, apartments not the greatest for dogs. I tried
but if they're used to it is one thing, but when they grow up free and then you tie them down.
Then we're pretty good about, like, we'll go on hikes or we'll go to the dog park and we do something every day to make sure that they get out and they get exercise and, like. Yeah,
she does that. She does that with Bella as well. It's just different. Like, our routine here was I'd get up in the morning, open the front door, let them out, and then I don't let them back in until they come knocking.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of living in the country, Yeah,
you just let them out. Let them be dogs.
I have a electric fence in the front, and they learned years ago that if they go anywhere near it, they get zapped. So they don't even go that way. It's not even on anymore, but they still obey the perimeters.
Yeah. It just takes once, right?
No, it actually, some idiots, Bella, it took her like 3 or 4 times. Jules
really?
did one time, and she was done. She was like, "Oh, I'm not going there
What
again."
kind of dog is she?
She's a black lab.
Oh, labs are dumb, but they're so pretty.
You're so dumb.
They're so pretty.
Jules is super smart. She's a pit bull, so she was like, "Nah."
Yeah. So this is our chit chat show, guys. If you don't have anything planned, we're just like hanging out and chit chatting. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up. Otherwise, we can I don't know, we can just talk about like new flavors that come out or.
Yeah. Have you had it? Have you tried any of the new ones?
Well, I've just got the line of Chef's super concentrate flavors.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been slowly kind of systematically going through those. There's a lot of them. I don't remember how many. I want to say like 84 or something.
Well, Bull City got the new FA flavors and they got the Purulum. So I got all of the FA flavors and I picked a few of the Purulum ones.
Yeah, I want to hear about the FA flavors because I haven't gotten them yet. I haven't tried any of them. Have you single flavor tested them or just put them in?
Yeah, no, I've single flavor tested them. I think I've put my reviews on Bull City as well. Let me look at my notes for it. Let me look at this real quick. But I do know that the cherry was a very good cherry juice. I mixed it with, I made a cherry limeade, and we'll see how that fares because I made it for Dimitri, the vaping Greek, and I mailed it to him. So we'll see how he perceives it. I liked it, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
As far as so with the Dakota Plum is really good. It turns, I used it in a strawberry blend just to see if I can deepen darken that strawberry, and it worked really beautifully.
It works. Strawberry. Interesting.
Yeah, only reason I did that was because of the flavor itself is a very sweet, good flavor. So I was like, I wonder how this can bend other flavors, and it definitely can bend any softer berry into a deeper, darker berry, even in the candy realm. If you want to add some additional sweetener and stuff like that, because it just has a very nice, it's almost like a sugar plum. I mean, it's a very nice plum. And I also mixed it with their fig because I find their fig to be very mild.
Yeah.
So when I mix it with their fig, it did something beautiful as well. I'm having a hard time putting it into, but the Chicote plum was really good. To me, their pineapple wasn't that good, but their pina colada was better as a pineapple than their actual pineapple, the new ones.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't have a lot of cream in it, so I don't find any coconut whatsoever in it. So, really? But I guess it's smoother, and I guess it's got like a cream note. It's not a refreshing pineapple, so I guess that's why they called it pina colada. I don't know whatever it is, it's pretty good. But their pineapple itself, there are better pineapples out there.
Yeah, FA pineapple. FA is not known for doing good pineapple.
Yeah, you're right. I won't take that away from you. That's for sure. But let me.
Have you tried a pina colada, Rin?
Yeah, I mean, I get coconut from it.
Do you? Oh, maybe I'm coconut blind because I vape that strawberry coconut milk all the time, and that's loaded with coconut.
Yeah, and I rarely vape coconut, so it stood out to me. For me, the pineapple was a little bit soft, but I didn't really mind. I thought it was all right. I'd probably add another pineapple to it just to bump that up.
To finish it off. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
And I agree about their regular pineapple. It wasn't as bad as the original, but it's nothing special.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they could do as bad as the original.
I hate that pineapple.
Like burnt tire dumpster fire.
And that I'm so sorry to do this to everybody because I know everybody has strawberries, but that strawberry is really good.
Is
It
it?
reminds me of Flavora's Alpine in a way.
Really?
It's a little bit more filled. The body is fuller in a way. But it's cheaper than Flavora Alpine. So if I could easily replace Flavora Alpine with the greens, the strawberry green, I would just have to boost. Of course, the percentage would be a little higher than Alpine. And I'm not huge on Alpine. So
And so maybe it's a strawberry that someone like Rin could taste. Because I know a lot of strawberry blinds, they can taste Alpine strawberry.
How much more do you have to boost it though? Because the whole point of Flavora's whole Alpine strawberry being as expensive as it is because of how concentrated it is, and you have to use less. So if you're
I understand that, but even if I use less of Alpine, there's a certain watery note. I can't even describe what the note is in it, but it's not thick. There's something to it. It's got a great aroma. So it's almost like the FA one took all the good parts from Flora and left out the parts I don't like, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
What did you think about that one, Rin?
I liked it. To me, it tasted candy, kind of candied.
Yeah, and I could see that. I can totally see that too. It's candied, but it's not like sweet candy. It's not like a shisha strawberry.
Yeah, it's not like chapstick or anything. Because like TFA strawberry to me tastes like the chapstick, you know. So it's not like that. I don't know. I could taste it. I haven't tasted it or vaped it long term to know if it will fade. But I could taste it when I was testing them, and it tasted good.
Do you think for you, would you say that it would go well with creams, or is that more of a fruit? Because I think it's more of a fruit. I don't know that it would stand up in creams very well.
I would use it in candies or to pair with another strawberry.
Yeah, I think I would use it in candies as well. Or in strawberry drinks type.
Yeah, like a beverage or a smoothie.
And it would go well with WS-23. I haven't done that yet, but I think it would go really well with a little cooling agent.
Okay, let's put a pin in this conversation for a sec. We have a question from Ole Christensen. They want to know how many hours a week do we spend mixing?
You don't want to know.
Me personally, it's sporadic. So I spend 15, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I'll be sitting down. I have an idea. I'll go in the room. I'll mix it up, set it down. I don't sit and make a recipe over and over again on the same time. So I don't spend a whole lot of time mixing. I spend more time throwing ideas together. Like, I guess I only develop for the show these days. So everything else is just throwing a couple flavors together, see what comes out.
Yeah. See, I'm exactly the opposite of you. Whereas I don't really mix for anything other than the show anymore. However, I take, normally it's Tuesdays because it's after noted. I take like Tuesday is my day to mix for the week. So that's when I'll develop my mix and vixen recipes. It's when I'll put together my single flavor tests for the following week. Or it's when I'll mix any personal recipes for just things I see that someone else has made that I want to try because it looks good. Or if I want to develop something of my own, like those, or like my wife needs more juice that needs mixed up, that's the day I sit down and I'll spend a good like 3-4 hours just mixing, getting it all done. And then most of the time, the rest of the week, I won't mix again. Every now and then I'll be like on Fresh's show and I'll mix something for his show, like on the show for like, 20 minutes or something. But most of the time, all my mixing gets done at once.
Yeah, and I would say that if I had to quantify how much time I was in there, I would say it's about 30 minutes. And I would say about maybe twice or 3 times a week. And it's just whenever I get the whim.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just, I'm sitting there and I swear, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, I wonder what that would, I'm ADD. So, I mean, that shit happens. All of a sudden, phew, a thought crosses my mind and I'm like, huh,
You
I
know,
wonder what that would do.
and I wonder if it would be different if I had like my own like office or space that I could leave my mixing stuff kind of set up. Which I mean, I've got like the shelves in my bedroom here that have my flavors and stuff. But like as far as like my scale and VG and PG and everything goes, like it's all kind of put away in a drawer.
Oh,
So
no,
it's
no.
like when I
Yeah,
haul
you're
it
probably
out,
right.
when I
That would
haul
make it
it
more
out, I
difficult
get
for
it.
me.
Yeah.
My stuff is on a desk. It's in the other room on a desk, in the room that you
I
guys
can go
usually see
whenever.
me in.
So yeah, so it'd be nothing for you to just pop in for
Yeah.
10,
My
15
bottles are
minutes.
right there.
Throw some
Everything is
stuff
right
together.
there. I just go in there and I'll just throw something together, shake it up. I even have unjuiced in 50-50 blend. So that if I'm just doing a tester, I usually do that 50-50 because I'll test it on a regular on this, or I'll put it in an MTL for the whole day.
Yeah.
I'll do a 10 mil and just vape that all day. Because if I could taste it in an MTL, then that's where it gets a check mark, and then I can develop with it for sub-ohm.
Yeah.
And some flavors you just can't taste in my MTLs at all. I don't care how high you go with them, or I'm flavor blind to them.
How about you, Rin? How long do you spend mixing per week?
It's usually about 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on if I have to mix for other people. But I've started doing those in large batches, so I don't have to worry about it for a while.
Totally. Yeah. When I mix for my wife, I mix like big, like 500 ml bottles of juice. But she only likes 2 or 3 flavors. And so I just mix a whole bunch. So like
I just make one shots for everybody else here. So that does take some time when I have to create new one shots again. It's the same flavor, but
yeah.
Just I make one shots of that because, like I said, whenever I feel like it is when they get it.
How about you, Lumi?
It's terrible. So I don't wake up for the Saturday show for fresh, and the Tuesday show's on hold. So I mostly only really spend any significant time mixing on the weekend right before MIXINVIXENS because I'm a procrastinator. And
you don't like steeping, so like all your stuff is fresh anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's about it for mixing that. And then refilling this probably takes like 2 minutes just because I know where I want my bayless. So I put the bayless right about here. And then I just dump the premix into about there. And then I just shake it.
You're good.
And I'm done. So I really actually don't mix that much right now.
I think that is probably the easiest way to do it, the way that Lumi does. I think I spend more time prepping not to have to spend time mixing than I do actually mixing. Because I do prepare 3 bases of 3 different nicotine levels ahead of time. I prepare all of my one shots, like my son's vape and my husband's vape. I have bottles with that already pre-mixed in there, so that I prepare to not have to spend time mixing.
Well, yeah,
I have my strawberry coconut milk as one shot.
You're just allocating the time where you want it. You're just choosing to spend time like now so that you don't have to later.
Yeah. And that day I would say I'd probably spend a good hour doing all that and what my husband calls tinkering.
I have a small section of like I don't even know how long it is, but I do make my premix all in one go, but that's like 3 500 ml bottles of premix. And that can last me a pretty good while. But I think maybe that might be where I spend most of my time mixing.
Yeah, I do a big bottle of premix too, just when I'm doing single flavors, then I just, it's not rocket science. I can just squeeze a little bit in and and then do the rest with the premix and not because I'm not
Question about that. Your premix is for your single flavors. What VG PG ratio do you use? You use your regular?
I just did I just do 3 milligram. I make a base of 3 milligram nicotine, 70-30. I know that after the flavors are in, it'll be off, but I don't really care that much with testers. So yeah.
That's what I do. I have them marked right here. So I fill up to about here with VG, about here with PG. And then I just have a little beaker that I do with about 10 to 12 mLs to get somewhere around the 3 milligram strength nicotine. It's a little bit less, but I don't care.
I love that you wrote on the bottle so you know where to fill it up. I'm totally going to do that on mine.
It just makes life so much easier.
Next time I measure it out.
I eyeball mine. I eyeball mine. So I look at it and let's say this is my bottle. I'm in my paint room. So I have all my little different rooms for different shit. So I'll put my nicotine that I measure out. But then
that's the only thing I measure.
My PG, I'll put it to about right there and then I just top it off. So whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about 70-30.
About.
I mean,
and I think, you know, with years and years of doing it, you're probably right. It probably is. I should measure it one time to make sure where I'm at with. It looks like at more than 25%. You know what I mean? A little bit more.
Yeah. And if you're just doing it for like testers or like, you know, versions like batch testing your recipes, it really isn't that crucial to have, you know, a certain ratio or whatever.
And then for my single flavor test, I don't know why I prefer to get my PG to right there. So it's right under 50-50. And then, you know, it's probably 40-60, you know what I mean? But I mean, I'd like a higher PG for my single flavor test. I think it's because I use that same, if I need more nicotine, I can easily convert it to 50-50 to put it in a pod to try it again. And it's not too harsh to go in my sub-ohm to test in that as well.
Okay, let's go back to our new flavor talk. What I want to hear from, I guess, you guys who tried the new FA flavors, what's like your most impressive or like favorite new flavor that came out?
I like the plum.
Yeah.
I have to say that's my favorite as well. That one and the strawberry.
I hope
the Lulu's weird. It's tropical. It's weird, but it's good. It's just a little weird.
I really hope that Sam and Dave got the plum. I think they did. I think they did get the new flavor so they can test it for no because I don't think I'm gonna be getting them that soon.
I do like their cheesecake Olympus. It's just light. It's just light. It's light. It needs more cheesecake. It needs more of everything, but it's a good flavor.
Okay.
It's just light. It's light and airy. So it's not very thick. Maybe it's
something you would use with like another cheesecake to kind of alter the top.
I don't know. I think it could get hidden very easily under another cheesecake.
Okay.
I think that flavor easily becomes a cream that does not have too much vanilla in it for me. Did you find it had a lot of vanilla, Rin?
And what one?
The cheesecake?
No, but I think I needed to increase it, and I haven't tried it since because when I initially tasted it, I didn't really get much from it. It was it's almost like the aftertaste of a cheesecake rather than actually eating it.
Yeah, but you know what? I mixed it with their lime Tahiti. No, not their lime Tahiti. Their Florida key lime. And it did really well with the Florida key lime. It made it into like a key lime colada sort of. So it's very good to mix with their own fruits. Not sure if it's not thick enough to be considered a cheesecake, but it was very good. It was very good with the Florida key lime. So I'm going to continue to experiment
Does
with
it
it.
have body? Like, does it have a decent mouthfeel?
That's what I think it's missing, but the Florida key lime has a lot of body. So I think that it boosted the body and it gave it the creaminess I needed without making it overly creamy.
Yeah.
It maintained its integrity of being a key lime.
Nice.
It actually made it more into a key lime pie. You know how key lime pie is more watery, it's more milky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I find that their Florida key lime is very limey and doesn't have enough cream in it.
Yeah.
So it kind of brought it to life as a real key lime pie.
All right, I'm dying to know whose Discord is going off because I keep thinking it's mine, but I mute
I
mine.
know, it's freaking me out too. I keep checking mine.
I'm
I
thinking
hope
it's
it's not
Juice
mine.
Fairy. It's got to be Juice Fairy.
It's got to be me. Hold on, let me look.
She's the one that can't handle technology.
I don't have the new FA flavors, but I do have. I've been going through the new Chef Super Concentrate flavors. Have any of you tried those?
No.
Gotten any of those? I'm kind of impressed. There's not any like one or two that like completely like stand out to me right now that is good, but everyone that I have tried, you know, have with the exception of one or two, they've been pretty good. They've been like on the better end of like the other flavors out there. So I think they're totally going to be worth picking up, you know. I guess there's a couple that stand out to me. If you guys like nutty things, they have one called Pecan Nut, and it's like really dark and sweet and roasty, but it's not like, you know how sometimes when people try to do nuts, it almost gets coffee like. It's so roasty. It's not like that at all. It's like a milder roastiness, but still a very strong flavor. It's pretty good.
Well, speaking of that, have you tried the Pure Lum Butter Pecan Praline ice cream?
Yes.
That stuff is really good.
So good. And yeah, Bull City carries, you guys probably all know this, but Bull City carries Pure Lum now, which is freaking awesome. But
So that's where I just got it. I've never had it before now.
No, I tried their butter pecan, but not the ice cream. Oh, must have been one-on-one's ice cream that I was thinking about. Is it, so it's good?
It's really good. It's really, really good. And their Nilla wafer with milk.
Oh, I love that one. It's a little bit darker than I expected.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at it. I like
it's almost like they toasted the edges. Like the edges of the Nilla wafers got a little bit burnt.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's definitely has that like kind of crispiness, like roasty, a little bit of that darker-ness, but the milk part is really like full and voluminous, big, fluffy, you know, full mouthfeel.
A sweet strawberry from Pure Lum.
Oh yeah.
I want to know your thoughts.
I haven't tried the sweet strawberry.
You haven't? Has anybody else?
No.
Okay, so I tried it and I have a huge bottle of it. And it's good. It is not sweet strawberry from Capella. It is not quite TFA sweet strawberry. It is just a different strawberry. Do you need that in your stash? No, because you can easily get it with one of the other ones. But it is perfectly good depending on the price range. I'm not sure how it compares to Capella. It would be a perfectly acceptable replacement for Capella. It's a little lighter.
Oh, you know what? I'm just looking through my notes, and I must have tried that one, but a while ago. So it's not when I got it from Bull City. My notes, I have bright, sweet, syrupy strawberry. So like kind of like a shisha strawberry from Inawera, but brighter. Like
yeah,
not as like, deep.
Not as deep, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very run-of-the-mill, good, sweet, candied strawberry. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very decent. It does have staying power. It doesn't disappear. It's got the sweetness to it. It's impressive, and it's not a strawberry I would go out and run, but I would totally replace the strawberry you're not happy with this one, and you probably will be happier.
Feel so bad for you guys and your struggles to find fruits because I just know that I have VSO and I don't need anything else.
I don't struggle. I just do it because I gotta know what it's like.
That's right. You gotta see, you never know.
You never know. And I have, I have
I'm the kind of person that like I don't always go out to Starbucks to get coffee, but occasionally I'll get like a gift card and it will last me several runs to Starbucks. And I have 2 drinks that I cycle through. I have one for the summer and one for the winter. I don't try anything new. I just do the same thing over and over and over again. Same thing from restaurants. Like
I'm about the same as you, Lumi, with restaurants. And I always get a white chocolate macadamia nut, 2 pumps, cappuccino.
I do the same thing only with Starbucks though. Like if it's a restaurant or if it's something like that, like I love trying new things. But when it comes to Starbucks, I have got 1 winter drink and 1 summer drink. And that's it.
And with Starbucks, I only have the coffee one, and that's it. And that's the only reason I even go there is if I have a hankering for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just of the like mindset. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
I was just say that. Yeah.
I love everything about VSO, and it's so fulfilling to me that I'm just like, I don't need to know what else is out there because this is plenty good for me.
But Lumi, what if you're doing something and you need a deeper, more syrupy, candied strawberry? Where VSO is bright and more realistic and a very good strawberry, yes. But what if you need a different kind of strawberry?
I will try to modify it the best I can, or I'll use shisha strawberry, which is my other go-to.
Yeah, shisha is king for me.
Yeah.
So
I don't know that 1-on-1 strawberry jam though.
I know, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy 1-on-1. Definitely not gonna do that. And if they're not gonna be at Bull City anymore, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, the way that I like to organize my like flavorings, I don't like to have an absurd amount of things, which is why I don't really partake in too many of the new things. If they're sent to me, yeah, I'll definitely tinker with them and try them. Like desserts and stuff like that, I'm all over it. Coffee, all over it. But when it comes to fruits, for the most part, I'm just like, I got VSO. I don't need anybody else.
You just need something that does the trick. Right? I'm like that with fruits too, though. Like normally, you're not going to see me doing elaborate layers most of the time with fruits. It's like I just pick something that.
Where I'm all out trying to go elaborate with fruits and figure out what goes with what.
That's because you need to make those 10 ingredient plus recipes.
Right.
No, it's because I really like tropical mixes. I know they're not the most popular in the DIY community, and I like to get them right. But I like those punchy, strong fruit flavors, but I don't like them in sub-ohm. I only like those in my pods and in my MTLs, but I also MTL a lot during the day, and I mostly veg out with my mod in the car or watching TV. But if I'm out and about, I'm not carrying a mod to the stores or nothing like that. I'm going to carry an MTL with me. So it's because I vape both ways, and that just causes me to like 2 different styles of vaping tremendously. Like only creams, only fruit. You know how winter, summer? Well, that's me with MTL versus sub-ohm.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Let's see here.
Have you guys done anything else? Any recipes lately outside of the show?
No.
I occasionally go and I mix my fresh recipes, and then like occasionally, I don't know, I've been kind of like in a weird funk and I have a hard time dividing my time. So occasionally I'll be in like a weird funk and I'll just say screw it and I'll hop into Zoom, and Larry, Adam, Meter, like the little crew will just sit there and just theory craft and mix a bunch of random shit from time to time.
I have 2 flavors that I want to ask about. The Arctic Mint from Purelum. I think only Rin would be able to answer this question. Have you tried it yet?
Arctic Mint?
Yes. From Purelum? No, you haven't tried it yet? I haven't mixed it yet, but so I was just trying to see if anybody had a starting point for me. And the condensed milk.
Condensed milk is good. It's hard to say percentage because it depends on what you're doing with it.
The condensed milk is like really good. I love it. It's what FA condensed milk should have been. You know what I mean? Like it's really good. And then like what, for me anyway, I think in my opinion, like what you want out of a condensed milk flavor.
Okay. Is it really sweet?
Not terribly sweet, actually. I mean, it does have some sweetness.
Is it sweeter than a sweet cream? Is it comparable to a sweet cream?
I would say yes. It is very comparable to a sweet cream, if not maybe a little bit sweeter. Because most sweet creams aren't really that sweet. And this has a moderate sweetness to it. It's okay. This is like what before I had any experience with vaping sweet cream, and I vaped it, and I thought it should taste like it, but it's with a nice milky, full, thick mouthfeel. Okay, it's good.
I'm ordering that very soon, so I wanted to know. I think I might have had it. I think I might have tasted it last week, and I think I used it too low. I think I used it at 1% just because I was afraid of it as a single flavor, and I think it needs to go higher than that.
A single flavor Purelum at 3%. I don't know what people use it in recipes at, but I single flavored it at 3.
Okay. I'm gonna go check again because obviously I'm not in my vape room right now. Otherwise, I could look at my bottles that are laid out of what I have tasted. But I'll have to either test it again or order it.
Yeah.
I want a creamy milk that I can just add a drop of something else to give it some. Actually, what I would love to do is add condensed milk and their coconut marshmallow and call it a day and walk out the door and call it a one shot.
There you go.
I'm looking to make my life easy.
Sure. I love those little 2 flavor bangers. Darcy has a question. She wants to know, what's your favorite sugar cookie brand to use and why? She's about to run out of what she has, which she thinks is Capella. For one thing, no matter if you get another sugar cookie or not, don't not restock Capella.
Right.
Because I
agree with that.
You need Capella. Like, it's just the most buttery, delicious sugar cookie, and it's a staple, and it's in so many recipes. So don't not get it. However, that being said, there are some other good sugar cookies to get now as well.
I would go with the Wonder Flavor sugar cookie and that one just to try it like side to side, because the one thing that I'll never get over with Capella is that Fresh told me that after being open for a while, the flavor starts to die down a little bit. And I don't know if you guys get that, but
it does lose its potency a bit.
Yeah. So at that point, don't get a large bottle of Capella sugar cookie, but I would start looking to see if you can replace it. And one of the ones I would start with would be Wonder Flavor sugar cookie.
Yeah, if you want to for some reason sub Capella sugar cookie for something, Wonder Flavors would be a good one to do that because it's got kind of like that same like buttery notes to it that Capella sugar cookie does.
And if you want to add more, just go ahead and pick up cookie butter by Wonder Flavors to add a little bit more of like a cookie buttery. Like if you're gonna get that cookie, you might as well get cookie butter and you might as well get crumble topping.
Crumble topping. I was just gonna say, crumble topping is good too. What about you?
Crumble topping.
What's your favorite sugar cookie you like to use?
Unfortunately, it's not really accessible anymore. I really like the Real Flavors sugar cookie.
Oh yes, and it is. It's still it's a DIY e-juice, DIY-ejuice.com. They're a Canadian company. They carry the Real Flavor stuff. their sugar cookie is bomb.com. I will totally agree with Rin on that. It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good flavor. I forgot about that one.
But I also still like the Capella sugar cookie. So
yeah, nothing is dethroned Capella yet. They've come close, but
I don't know. I just use. I mean, it's just the easiest flavor to get, and it's good and it works.
Yeah.
Wonder Flavors is good too.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Wonder Flavor sugar cookie. It's a good one. Cool.
Any more questions?
Addie wants to know how we go about making a dinner biscuit.
How what?
How we would go about making a dinner biscuit vape.
A dinner biscuit vape? Who wants bread to vape?
Why?
I'd make a Hawaiian roll.
We all know I don't touch breads, so I'm out of this one.
I would say something maybe a little bit of my mind is going blank. The Wonder Flavors bread and like crumble topping.
No, because it can't be sweet if it's a dinner biscuit.
Crumble topping isn't that sweet though. Like it's, well, yeah, it is kind of.
No, because people make cornbread, and now that I've been in the South, I've experienced some nasty, dry ass cornbread. And then I've experienced the northern cornbread where it's a little bit more sweet and spongy.
Yeah, I like the sweet, spongy cornbread, and I live in the South. But I do like their cornbread nuggets that they sell with fish plates around here, and those are pretty good too.
I used to love the KFC cornbread biscuits. Those used to be my favorite things.
I freaking love cornbread. I missed it so much.
We're getting to that awkward silence part of the show.
Yeah. Addie says dinner biscuit for butter and fruit. I don't know. I wish that they could take the jam out of the Wonder Flavors jam scone, because it is a really good biscuity, dry, like crumbly texture.
Yeah.
But it just has that fruit note, that red fruit note that you're not going to be able to get away.
You're not going to get away from that.
And I'm trying to think, what else you could use that would like kind of dry up.
You use a little bit of Joy.
But no. Joy is disgusting. And Joy is like, well,
its place at 0.10. It's got its place in the DIY world. Sure. It gives you that yeast. It gives you the yeast for.
Oh yeah, everybody loves getting the yeast.
I mean, a dinner roll or dinner.
I'd rather use Wonder Flavors croissant for yeast, though. Like that's a more natural tasting yeast to me. Is Wonder Flavors croissant. Like Joy it's almost like
beer yeast.
Yeah, beer yeast with there's some powdered sugar. Because it is a little bit greasy. There's like a greasy kind of fried.
There is, but you also don't like Zipola, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. F Joy.
I hate that flavor so much.
I know, right? It's so nasty.
I also mixed it way too high. So I kind of never got over that.
I just remember.
No, Joy.
Yeah, and once you go too high on a flavor and you get like a bad off note, you can't untaste it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I did that one time too, just trying to see how far I could push it, and it got a cooling note, which was really weird.
I noticed that when I was making, around the time that I first started, Slasha, I think, had like a blueberry donut that had Joy in it. And I made that, and being the super taster that I can be sometimes, that Joy just ruined the whole experience for me. I never want to see that flavor again.
Yeah, sometimes
It's right up there with lumbus bread.
Oh, I freaking love lumbus bread though.
Hate it.
Oh, I need to make a muffin mix soon because I haven't used that flavor in forever.
The only time I pull out lumbus bread is when we want to make money for our charity stream. It's the only time lumbus bread comes out because then everybody gets to watch me gag on it and freak out. And I'm making money for a good cause. So I guess I'll suffer my stomach for a good cause.
Hey, you know what? The only thing that I regret about leaving tonight to go to Florida versus leaving
This is why she wants us to, that's why she keeps bringing up like the lull that she keeps talking about. She's like, I just want to get the fuck out of here and leave you guys. Peace.
No. Let me tell you that if I would have been able to get there this afternoon, I would have been in one of the flotillas going to Cuba. I'd have been in one of my friend's boats out there in the middle of the ocean. That sounds like a good time.
Look at her just trying to get out of here. She's just inching. She's like, oh, this is what I would be doing if I wasn't here.
Hey, I almost considered it. If we would have left this morning, I was going to just come on with no video.
Yeah.
I would have been in the car. Right now, I wouldn't be the one driving at this time. At this time, I would have already been crashing. So it would be nap time for me. So I would have been in the car doing a no video show with you guys. But I'm here.
Oh, we're glad you're here. We're glad that you're here. Yeah, but so other than the new FA stuff and the Purulum that BCF carries,
I'm just glad that Bull City is carrying Purulum.
I know, right? Like, rock on. Like, I like Bull City anyway. Like, that's my preference to shop. And now that, you know, I can get more stuff from them, even better.
Yeah, even better.
There was a couple that I noticed that they didn't have. Like, I think the peanut butter cookie they didn't have last couple times that I checked.
We can request it. They'll listen to us, I think.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, I think
if we find that there's a flavor that they need to be carrying, we can let them know. We can send them an email and they'll carry it because they just don't know what to carry and what.
Well, like the Nick River selection too, aka, by the way, there is a spam email that's fishing for information coming out from Nick River. So if you see that, don't touch it. But the Nick River brand or River Supply now /RIP, some of theirs, like the Cream Dream and stuff like that, I kept hoping that they were going to converge that into like Purulum or something, just because I do miss that flavor.
That's good to know. Shoot me an email or an IM after the show and I'll forward it.
Joni asks if anyone's tried the chef's vanilla ice cream flavor. I have. That's one that I've gotten through Joni, and it's good. It's got a sweet kind of creamy body, but the vanilla is darker, like almost like a French vanilla ice cream, like the kind of specks you see in an ice cream, but it's real thick and creamy. I like it. It's a good vanilla ice cream.
I'm looking at all the Purulums to see if they did get updated.
Yeah, we should definitely suggest that they get peanut butter cookie because that's a pretty good flavor.
Looks like Ricky has a question for me about when I'm mixing for MTL, do I boost the percentages? Says I need to start mixing my own MTLs besides 3. Yeah, I do. Most of the time I do. It's not a 100%. It depends also on the device. So there's plenty of small pods that have sub-ohm coils that are 0.4 and 0.5s, and those are pretty good. So you only have to boost it a little bit. Like if my total flavor percent on a recipe is, let's say, let's make some round numbers. Let's say it's 15%, and I'm using a sub-ohm coil in a pod, like some of my pods do have those. Then I take that total percentage of 15% and raise it to like 19%. So I'm not raising it a lot. I'm just total flavor percentaging like another 4 or 5% higher. And that's it. Now, if it's a true MTL, that like something that like a Z coil that takes a 1.2 ohm coil, then I might go to that. If it's a 15% recipe, I might go to 22%. So it all depends on the flavors. Some flavors need to be boosted a lot. They just don't transfer well, and some flavors don't. But things like watermelon and strawberry mixes, those usually come out well. Any tropical mixes or any lemons, pineapples, anything that's what I suggest for MTLs is always use the flavors that are pretty strong that you're using, and they transfer really well in pods. Creams don't transfer too well. You will definitely have to play around with those because sometimes you can't boost those too much because then they taste, you just don't get the full flavor of it. So keep it simple is what I recommend.
I would think with like pods and mouth-alone, you need simple, bold like fruits or flavors.
And the truth is that if they're buying their pod juice, or if they're actually buying the disposable pods, those are mostly all fruit anyways. So it's fruit heavy. Even if it has some cream, it's got a very light cream. And that's what I would recommend for those, just a very light cream, mostly fruit. Or a little bit of WS-23.
Cream, right? It's just kind of more there to just round out the fruit a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my strawberry coconut milk, I have one that I've made for the pods, but instead of boosting those flavors, what I do is I reduce all my creams and keep my fruit the same. And it works in a pod that way.
Cool. Good to know. All right. Do you have any other questions?
What a rough life this tiny dog lives.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I guess we know what that means. Let's just wrap up and get out of here. What do you say, folks?
Look at that smile on Fairy's face. She's like, I'm going to the beach.
It'd be about a month, and my hair was going to be as light as yours, Lily.
Yeah.
She's trying to be the new Snooki. Where's the beach? Where's the beach?
Yeah, leave it till 2 in the morning.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to the beach right away. I'm gonna do some family stuff.
Yeah, you guys do the obligatory.
I didn't even go to the beach the last time I went there in June. I didn't go not even one time. I'm still white. I'm whiter than my daughter right now. And she's half white. I'm full Hispanic.
So white, I can totally feel your pain. You're just so.
I'm gonna have to use sunscreen, y'all.
Oh. All right, guys. If you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, there's a couple places you can do that. DIYFlavorchaser.com. We have a one-shot line. You can check us out there. Or flavorjungle.com. Rin and I still have one-shots there as well. But if you happen to be shopping at Chef's to get, FA custard premium or anything that, you can't get from the States, our one-shots, the Mix and Vixen one-shot line there is the same as flavorchaser.com. So if you want to help, throw us some coins our way, we would super appreciate it. If not, we love you anyway. Next week is our judging show, our peer review show. So that will be fun. We'll bring the boys on and see what they think of some of our mixes. And we will see you next week. We love you all. And
Lumi, and buy some of Lumi stands.
I'm trying to go out of business. I think I only have like 4 left.
Oh, get them while you can, guys.
Please.
Get them while you
just
can.
Get rid of these things.
Where can they find you?
Instagram, Discord, Facebook, all over the place.
All right. Get them while you can, boys and girls. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye.